अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। नामाचार्य श्रीमद दासा की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपी गोपीनाथ श्याम राधा गोपी की जय। श्री श्री राधा कुंज विहार की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा की जय। श्री श्रीनाथ बाल की जय। श्री श्री गौरताय की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। Hare Krishna. Welcome to ISKCON required Śrīmad Bhāgavatam morning class. Today we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 16, text number 34. So let's start with the invocation prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nastaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiti Prashnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. Hare Krishna. Welcome to ISKCON Detroit, Day 7 Mandir, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam morning class. And today we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 16, entitled How Parikshit Received the Age of Kali, Text 34. Yo vaivamati bharam asuravam saragam. Yo vaivamati bharam asuravam saragam. Akshauhini satam apanudadatma tantra. Akshauhini satam apanudadatma tantra. Tvam dustam unapadamatmani paurusena. Tvam dustam unapadamatmani paurusena. Sampadayanyad suramyam abhiprad angam. Sampadayanyad suramyam abhiprad angam. Let us go word by word. Ya, he who, why, certainly, mama, mine, atibharam, too burdensome, asura vamsa, unbelievers, ragnam, of the kings, akshauhini, one military division, shatam, hundreds of such divisions, upon the extirpated, Atma Tantra, self-sufficient, tvam, unto you, dusta, put into difficulty, unapada, devoid of strength to stand, atmani, internal, paurusena, by dint of energy, sampadayam, for executing, yadushu, in the Yadu dynasty, ramyam, transcendentally beautiful, abhibrat, accepted, angam, body. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Prabhupada Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupāda. Śrīla Prabhupāda. O personality of religion, I was greatly overburdened by the undue military phalanxes arranged by atheistic kings, and I was relieved by the grace of personality of Godhead. Similarly, you are also in a distressed condition, weakened in your standing strength, and thus he also incarnated by his internal energy in the family of Yadus to relieve you. Purport. The Asuras went to enjoy a life of sense gratification, even at the cost of others' happiness. In order to fulfill this ambition, the Asuras, especially atheistic kings or state executive heads, try to equip themselves with all kinds of deadly weapons to bring about a war in a peaceful society. They have no ambition other than personal aggrandizement, and thus Mother Earth feels overburdened by such undue increases of military strength. By increase of the Asuric population, those who follow the principles of religion become unhappy, especially the devotees or devas. In such a situation, the personality of Godhead incarnates to vanquish the unwanted Asuras and to re-establish the true principles of religion. This was the mission of Lord Kṛṣṇa, and he fulfilled it. Om Ajnanatimiramasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmetam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsta Shri Rupa Mukhagrajantam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajitam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsta Ye Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavani Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vatsakakalpatarubyasya Kripa Sindhubhye Vasha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Galadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, welcome to ISKCON Śrīmad Bhāgavatam morning class. So, yesterday we have seen in text 32 and 33 how Mother Earth was revealing that Lakshmiji, the goddess of fortune, whose plans of grace was sought by demigods like Brahma, and for whom they surrendered many a day onto the personality of Godhead, gave up her own abode in the forest of lotus flowers and engaged herself in the service of lotus feet of the Lord. I was endowed with specific powers to supersede the fortune of all the three planetary systems by being decorated with the impressions of the flag, thunderbolt, elephant driving god, and lotus flower, which are signs of lotus feet of the Lord. But at the end, when I felt I was so fortunate, the Lord left me. So, Mother Earth was feeling that absence of Lord Kṛṣṇa. And today, if you go through translation once again, it says, "O personality of religion," Mother Earth was saying to Dharma, "I was greatly overburdened by the undue military phalanxes arranged by atheistic kings, and I was relieved by the grace of the personality of Godhead. Similarly, you are also in distressed condition, weakened in your standing strength, and thus he also incarnated by his internal energy in the family of Yadus to relieve you." So, what makes the world suffer more today? Is it lack of technology or is it lack of character? Many people think that it is lack of technology, but it is not. It is lack of character. Because good character, good qualities are missing in society. So today we shall hear Mother Earth's answer to it. And this chapter is a wholesome conversation between Mother Earth, cow, and Dharma in the form of bull. The bull asks, "Mother Earth, why are you grieving?" So far, Mother Earth has spoken about separation from Krishna, disappearance of devotees, decline of religious principles. Now she reveals another major reason for her suffering. It is not something like natural calamities like drought, cyclone, floods, nothing. Not pollution, and it is not overpopulation, but it is the godless leadership. So today we shall discuss 4 important things. Why Mother Earth became overburdened and how Krishna removes the burden, not merely physically but spiritually. Why, what Asuric mentality actually means? What does that mean? How we can help lighten the burden of Mother Earth today in this modern society? So let us first understand what really burdened Mother Earth. So the real burden of the earth is not population, it is godless leadership. So Mother Earth says, "I was overburdened by atheistic kings possessing hundreds of military divisions." So people immediately they come to inquiry of questions like, "Oh, did Mother Earth complain? Didn't she complain about mountains, about oceans, or about forests, or about population, or about some natural calamities?" No. But she mainly complained about Asuric rulers, like demoniac rulers. And Mother Earth never complained about devotees. A saint walking on earth does not burden the earth. And a devotee actually purifies the earth. A pure devotee, the purity in the pure devotee gets transformed from that person to even earth also. Examples when we see the pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj, Amrish Maharaj, Maharaj Parikshit, and also Maharaj Yudhishthira. One pure devotee benefits millions, just as one fragrant flower perfumes an entire room. So similarly, one devotee purifies an entire society. He can change the entire society. So one may think like, okay, then what actually burdened Mother Earth? It was not the soldiers, it was not the kingdoms, but it is the atheistic ambition. Śrīla Prabhupāda writes here that the asuras desire sense gratification even at the cost of others' happiness. They wanted to be happy by making others unhappy, by stealing others, by robbing others, by harming others. That is the root disease. And if we get a question like, who is an asura? What is asura? An asura is not identified merely by birth. An asura is identified by mentality. The mentality says that I am the enjoyer. My happiness is first. My happiness is top priority. I don't care who suffers or who not. Some of the modern examples that we observe in the society are exploiting nature for unlimited greed. We see how land pollution and how land has been degraded from years and years coming through. Many forest areas have been cut off and been acquired by commercial companies and corporates for their development. Producing weapons instead of compassion. Weapons which are used for mass destruction are being produced on a large scale. And competition replacing cooperation. Where the necessity of cooperation is required, there competition arises. So it is very sad to hear that instead of cooperating one another, they are competing one another and for just temporary material things. Because in this lifetime, you may achieve a great position, but at the end of this life, will that position be along with you coming to other life also? No, right? So, what is the big deal in competing with others for a higher and higher position when it is not permanent with us? And prestige replacing service and using power without responsibility. The disease remains the same, only the technology has changed. And the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita describes the divine and demoniac qualities. And some of the demoniac qualities are pride, arrogance, false prestige, lust, anger, greed. And these are all the anarthas that are impurities that are being present in each and every one of us. There might be some slightest of these impurities within our heart, and if we try to sincerely chant the holy names of the Lord and try to do devotional service sincerely, then we will be able to get rid of these impurities. These become the foundation of society when leaders forget God. I would like to quote a simple analogy over here. When we observe a thermometer from a patient who has suffering from fever, suppose the thermometer shows 105 degrees. Breaking that thermometer does not cure the fever. So similarly, war, crime, corruption, economic instability, these are all the symptoms of the burdening of Mother Earth. The actual fever is godlessness. If we are not keeping Krishna in center, we will be facing all these consequences, and we will also face many and many troubles in our life. And people may question like, oh, why did the Kurukshetra war happen? Because Duryodhana has refused humility, Dharma, and even Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa himself. His greed, Duryodhana's greed, has burdened the entire earth, and one person's envy caused millions of people to die, and the earth became very heavy with this demoniac mentality people and asuric mentality people. Even in the story of, even in the transcendental pastimes of Krishna, Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa, comes a constantly fear of losing power, and because of that fear, he imprisoned his own sister Devaki. He killed innocent children of Devaki and also many children from other villages, and terrorized the society. Externally he was a king, but internally he was a prisoner of fear. He has that fear of losing his position of king. And asuric mentality always destroys both others and oneself. And one may ask, what leadership do I exercise? Maybe not over a nation, but my family, workplace, bhakti vriksha, and temple service. These are all the few things that we can engage and have the leadership role upon. And leadership begins with the self-control. Without self-control, leadership has no value. And leadership can't be fulfilled without the quality of self-control. And if this was the problem, how did Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa has solved it? So let us see what Krishna has done. Krishna, Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa, descends to protect Dharma, not merely destroy the demons. So, if we read the second half of the verse, Svam dustam unapadam atmani paurushena sampalayam yakshuramyam avibhratamyam. Krishna appeared by his own internal potency. And Krishna here is completely independent. The verse says Atma Tantra. He is completely independent. Nobody orders him. Nobody creates him. Nobody forces him to appear. He comes out of compassion. And whenever Dharma declines, Krishna appears. Krishna appears to protect devotees, to destroy miscreants, and also to establish religion. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya ca dushkritam dharma samsthapanataya sambhavami yuge yuge. And even in the previous verse of this, yada yada dharmasya glani bhavati bharata abhyuttana dharmasya tadatmanam sujamiham. So here, if you see the Paritranaya Sadhunam verse, what comes first is protecting devotees, then destroying demons, then comes the establishment of Dharma. So Krishna's heart is always compassionate, he is always merciful towards his devotees. And because the people, devotees are devas, who follow the orders of Supreme Lord, he always protects them, he always ensures their protection, and he makes sure that they are well situated. And one may have a question like, why did Krishna appear only in Yadu dynasty? It was not because he required parents, or it was not because he required protection. He accepted these loving relationships. This is his sweetness, his mercy, his mellow. Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, he enjoys exchanging loving relation with his devotees, his playmates like cowherd boys and many others. Even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, if we see, Supreme Personality of God and Krishna is conquered only by love, not by wealth or opulence, or not by scholarship, and not by extreme power. Krishna could have destroyed every demon from Vaikuntha itself. One thought would be enough, but yet personally he came, because just to give everyone the opportunity to see him, hear him, serve him, and also love him. And also he wanted his children to come back to home, back to Godhead. And when we see the pastime of Govardhan Leela, where Lord Indra became proud, and Krishna did not merely punish him, but he has done such an act that it removed his false pride and it protected every resident of Vrindavan. And this shows that the Lord protects devotees first, then reforms the offender. One may have a question like, so what is the real mission of Krishna? It was not just political change, but it was all about heart transformation. Unless our hearts change, another demon like Dāsa appears, another Duryodhana appears, another Hiranyakashipu may appear. So if our heart transforms, then we will be able to easily realize what we have to do, what is the purpose of our life, and how to follow the path of spiritual life very seriously and focused under the guidance of spiritual master. If we see in our day-to-day example in our garden, if there are weeds, so if weeds are cut from the top, they again return after light shower or rain. But if the weed is removed from root level, then the weed will not grow. So the root here is compared to forgetfulness of Krishna. And bhakti removes the root. Bhakti, the devotional service to Krishna, establishes Krishna deeply into our heart. And people may ask okay, it's all good, then how can we reduce earth's burden today? It is not just by becoming some politicians or some influencers or some highly reputed personalities, but by becoming sincere devotees of Lord Kṛṣṇa. Every devotee chants sincerely, follows principles, distributes prasada, studies Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, serves Vaishnavas. Such people become the blessings for society. Because of them, many people get benefited, and under their guidance and under their supervision, many new people get to know what they have to practice and what is their spiritual life and how to progress in their spiritual life also. If we see the example of Śrīla Prabhupāda, how Śrīla Prabhupāda came to us and he started spreading the Krishna consciousness here through simple programs and also through the prasadam initiatives. And many people has transformed their heart and they become very sincere in serving Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And Prabhupada often explained that Krishna consciousness movement is meant to create first-class human beings. Society will change gradually, and he also emphasized that one purified heart at a time. So he carefully has engaged everyone in the service of Krishna by transforming their heart and also giving his shelter and also his guidance to many devotees all across the globe. So, even when we see this Krishna's protection of devotees, even Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna to make a promise that Arjuna, please boldly declare that my devotees will never perish. he will say that Kaunteya Pratijana Name Bhakya Pranashriti. Arjuna, please declare boldly. Because when Krishna promises, sometimes he may have to break his word in order to protect his devotees. So then he requests his devotee Arjuna, his dear friend, to make a promise. And in order to upkeep the promise of his devotee, Krishna may go to the severe and severe extent also. To whatever extent possible, Krishna goes to that extent to keep the promise alive. So that is the reason Krishna asked Arjuna to make the promise. And also, as we see the practical examples like chanting sincerely, like attentive chanting and following regulative principles, and also distributing prasad and also honoring prasad, and also hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam and reading it regularly on a regular basis, daily. At least daily line or a para, so that slowly you will able to understand, what is this philosophy about, and how easy it is to practice in this modern world also. And also serving the devotees of Krishna. Krishna says that whoever serves my devotees, they are very dear to me. Rather than they serving to me directly, if they help my devotees, if they serve my devotees, then they are very much dear to me all the time. So we have to make sure that we follow the regulative principles, we chant our prescribed number of rounds regularly, and there is no limit that you have to chant as many rounds. There is unlimited, that you can chant how many number of rounds you want. At least start with 1 or 2 rounds initially, and then gradually you go up to 16 minimum. Take that to chant like 16 rounds minimum. It may not happen in 1 day or 2 days or 1 week or 2 weeks, but gradually it may happen. So slowly you try to increase your rounds, and also it is not just mechanically chanting them, but instead you try to chant them attentively by focusing on each and every word, each and every word in the mantra, syllable of mantra. Then we will be directly associating with Krishna all the time, and we will be able to relish the taste of holy name, and we will be able to develop the love to holy name. And even it is best if we chant 6 Astakam prayers before even starting our rounds, because 6 Astakam prayers mainly emphasize on the importance of chanting of the holy name. And I would like to conclude today's class by stating these takeaways and conclusions. Today, Mother Earth taught us an extraordinary lesson. The burden of the world is not simply population. The burden is selfishness. The burden is godlessness. And the burden is the misuse of power and no proper following of rules according to scriptures, and no proper etiquette is being followed. Whenever society forgets Krishna, everyone will have to suffer. Whenever Supreme Lord Krishna becomes the center, peace naturally returns or restores. The Lord descended into this material world because He loves His devotees, and He could not tolerate seeing Dharma weakened and weakened. This mission is to protect devotees and to re-establish the true religion, which is the essence of today's verse. And some of the key takeaways for today's class is: Mother Earth is burdened more by sinful consciousness than by physical weight, because devotees are not even burdened to her. only the demoniac, asuric mentality people are burdened because they have that sinful tendency or sinful consciousness. The real asura is the one who seeks personal enjoyment or sense gratification at the cost of others' happiness or others' comfort. Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa descends to protect devotees and also to restore Dharma, principles of religion. And real leadership begins with self-discipline and devotion. Until self-discipline and devotion be followed, the real leadership may not be happening. And the greatest contribution we can make to our current society is to become genuine devotees and help others to reconnect with Kṛṣṇa, to reconnect with our eternal Father, Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa. So, let us all take this process seriously and try to chant our rounds. If you are not chanting, try to start chanting one round per day and slowly try to increase your rounds. Like for every 2-3 weeks you can try to increase so that it would be helpful. You can take a vow like from one Ekadashi to other Ekadashi. So like that, if you try to do that, it will be very helpful not only in progressing in spiritual path, but also your peace will be restored, naturally your peace of mind will be restored. So let us all chant like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So every round we chant, every scripture we hear, and every service we perform reduces the burden of this world, because it brings one more soul closer to Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa. And Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita that anyone who preaches, who spreads this message of mine to other people is very dear to me. Whoever does this preaching activity is very dear to Krishna. And but even in our case also, there would be one person who brought us into this process. So imagine if that person is not there in our life, how we could end up coming into Krishna consciousness and continue our path of self-realization and also much more things to avoid, right? So even if you are lacking of association, you can come to temple. We have an opportunity to meet every Saturday at 5:30 in the temple. In our temple, there is a mandir for Bhagavad Gita weekly discussions happening every Saturday from 5:30 p.m. in the evening. So it is very good opportunity to come have the association, get through some discussions in Bhagavad Gita shloka, take the darshan of the Sri Radha Kunj Bihari, Sri Jagannath Baladev Subramanian, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, and Sri Śrīla and Śrīla Prabhupāda. So take the darshan, take the association, and involve in some valuable, meaningful discussions on Bhagavad Gita shloka and take away some practical lessons, and also relish the amazing Krishna Prasadam. So, and also there are a lot of events that are being lined up in the coming weeks. The Troy Rath Yatra is scheduled on August 22nd, just coming in just 19 days to go. So don't miss the opportunity to attend the Rath Yatra. If you have missed the opportunity in the Nova Michigan Rath Yatra, don't miss this Troy Rath Yatra, and this is also a very wonderful program, and you will be able to witness Lord Kṛṣṇa coming out of this altar and just see us. So let us all come together and try to serve Jagannath to the best of our abilities, and try to get the mercy from him, and also pray to him, pray to Jagannath that may our spiritual endeavors be successful, and also may our chanting be very attentive. And also Janmashtami is just a 1 month far. In just 1 month, like we'll be having Janmashtami festival in our temple, starting from morning 4:45 Mangalarti to midnight Aarti. There are a lot of programs lined up on the day, like boat festival, swing festival, Abhishekam, dahi handing, and many breaking of dahi handing, and fireworks, and many other programs like theatre show for kids and adults. Many other programs are lined up. So I would like to invite everyone to stay updated with the schedule of temple, and also whenever you are having, whenever you wanted to come visit temple, take darshan, and have some honor some Krishna Prasadam, and try to relish Krishna consciousness as much as possible, because this human form of life is very rare, and we are not sure if we are able to get this human form of life in next birth also. So better utilize this opportunity to the fullest and try to make it more and more helpful and valuable. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai. Hare Krishna.